Are you struggling with an error in Android Studio after updating to the latest version? You're not alone. Today, we're diving into a common issue that many developers face: the dreaded could not resolve project error. I totally get it. It can be incredibly frustrating when you update your tools and suddenly things just stop working. This is a common hurdle for developers, especially when migrating to new versions of Android Studio. Let's take a closer look at the specific issue at hand. One user recently reported, "I changed my dependency configurations, but I still get the error. Could not resolve project mylib." Sound familiar? If you're facing this, stick around as we explore the solution. So what's going on here? This error typically arises when the project structure or dependency configurations are not set up correctly. It can be tricky, but don't worry. We'll break it down step by step. And make sure to stick around until the end. I have a crucial tip that will help you avoid this issue in the future. To begin resolving the user's issue, we need to ensure that the project structure is correctly set up. First, the user should verify that the local module, mylib, is included in the settings.gradle file. Next, the user should check the build.gradle file for the app module. They need to ensure that the implementation statement for mylib is correctly defined. Now let's look at the build.gradle file for the mylib module. The user should confirm that the module is set up as a library and that the configurations are correct. After confirming the configurations, the user should sync the project with Gradle files. This can be done by clicking on the Sync Now button that appears in Android Studio. Finally, if the error persists, the user should clean and rebuild the project. This can help resolve any lingering issues with the build process. Fun fact, did you know that the first version of Android Studio was released in 2013? We've come a long way since then, but some issues still seem to stick around. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. One user faced a similar issue and found a helpful migration page. They discovered that if your app module has a build type that your library module does not, you need to manually match them. They suggest using the build type matching property in your app's build.gradle file to resolve this error. By adding the build type matching property, this user was able to fix the error without creating unnecessary build types in their library. Now, let's dive into a different answer from another user. Another user faced a similar issue after migrating to Android Studio 3. They found that Gradle couldn't resolve certain libraries due to network problems. If you're behind a proxy, you should add proxy settings to your Gradle.properties file. Additionally, if you're using a self-signed SSL certificate, you may need to configure SSL parameters in the same file. To diagnose the problem further, the user suggests clicking on the Show Details link in the Messages log within Android Studio. This can provide more insights into the specific issues you're encountering. That's all on that answer. Let's take a look at another one. An alternative solution comes from a user using Android Studio 3.1.2. They faced a similar issue and resolved it by modifying their app's build Gradle file. They changed the dependency configuration for their library module from specifying flavors to a simpler implementation line. Here's that crucial tip I promised. Always keep your dependencies updated and regularly check the official documentation for any changes in the new versions. This can save you a lot of headaches. And there you have it. By following these steps, you should be able to resolve the could not resolve project error in Android Studio. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks.